As Mercury aligns with powerful Pluto, you won't miss a trick. This intense blend of energies encourages you to look beneath the surface so you can pick up any clues and understand situations in depth. You may need to let something go so that you can move forward and embrace better options. Aries. You might feel inspired to examine the past today. Maybe you will be reflecting on an old relationship. You could be thinking about a person you were once involved with, wondering how they are doing now. Your sentimental feelings could be so strong that you will be tempted to get in touch with them. Consider the impact of this action carefully beforehand. You don't want to do anything that you will later regret. Taurus. Be seductive when it comes to expressing your passion for others today. Remember that less is more. You don't have to ring a tremendous number of whistles and bells in order to get your point across. Let your actions be minimal but meaningful. You can say a great deal with just a few words. There is more to your glance than meets the eye. The untrained prey has no chance against your hypnotic stare. Gemini. Don't feel like you need to be so serious about things today. Organization and planning is helpful, but sometimes what you need is chaos and spontaneity. Out of chaos comes order, and more than likely, this order is much more developed and evolved than what existed before the chaos began. Let things crumble so that you may build them up again with a forward-thinking, progressive attitude. Cancer. You may be in quite a party mode today. Feel free to be open and social with the people around you. Take off on a wild adventure that quenches your thirst for spontaneity and fun. Stay up extra late and talk with a friend you haven't seen for quite some time. The time to live is now. Make the most of every moment of your life. Leo. Today you could be dealing with outspoken or aggressive people. As the quiet, sensitive type, you don't always feel comfortable interacting with these kind of people. Try to be patient with others. If you feel overwhelmed by someone's manner of expression, take some time for yourself. You might want to gather your thoughts by listening to peaceful music. Or you could feel better after doing some meditation. Virgo. You are apt to come up against some intense opposition today. More than likely, if you begin to butt heads with someone, neither one of you is apt to give up too easily. Things are likely to mount to extreme proportions. Make sure you carefully weigh the consequences of your actions before you launch yourself headfirst into an all-out battle with someone or something. If you have anger, release it, but be careful of how it affects others. Libra. Today, try to open up more to other cultures and ways of thinking. Don't just shut yourself off when you want to think of other ideas. For you, this would be the easy way out because it allows you to hide. Develop your curiosity about what exists in our society. Your opinion will carry weight later on. Scorpio. The soap opera of your life continues with another hot and steamy episode today. Don't be surprised if tension arises today, thanks to a person or situation that causes you to put on the brakes. Perhaps there is some sort of reality check that crops up today, reminding you to pay attention to the details. There is an element of planning that needs to take place, so you can feel more carefree and spontaneous when you want to be. Sagittarius. When we have found our path, we naturally want to start to walk down it. The reverse isn't true despite what you seem to believe. It is quite futile to learn how to walk when you don't know which path to walk upon. This may seem a little obtuse to you, and yet it is true. It is desire that creates aptitude and not the reverse. Capricorn. You may find that a general lack of planning on your part has led to some conflict in your world today. Don't be surprised if things come to a nasty breaking point in which things start to fall apart. Remember that death brings rebirth, a rebirth which is usually wiser, stronger, and more prosperous than the original birth. If you feel things become too stressed under incredible pressure, you might want to consider just letting them fall. Aquarius. When we have found our path, we naturally want to start to walk down it. The reverse isn't true despite what you seem to believe. It is quite futile to learn how to walk when you don't know which path to walk upon. This may seem a little obtuse to you, and yet it is true. It is desire that creates aptitude and not the reverse.